All right, recording is started. Hey, folks, welcome to the April 9th SIG Windows community meeting. This is a recorded meeting which will be uploaded to YouTube. And so please adhere to the CNCF Code of Conduct. If folks don't know what that is be kind and nice to everyone. So without further ado, let's start going through our agenda today. Oh, and not sharing our agenda. Give me 2 seconds and I will share it. I always want to make sure I don't share the other lead one, which has like passwords and things. Are folks able to see this?
Yep.
Awesome. Any announcements today? I know that the release is RC2 is going to get out this Thursday, and 130 release will be next week. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, that's all
as
I'm
far
aware
as-
of. It's
Okay.
pieces are
Good.
coming.
Now's the time we give some time for new folks to introduce themselves. I do see a couple of new folks on the call. If anyone wants to say a few words, you're welcome to, but no pressure.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm from the Windows container team. I was recommended to attend this meeting to see what goes on. Glad to be here.
Welcome, Daniel. Happy to have you. It's really good to find someone from the Windows containers team here. We'll take any help you can give us. If you need any help in getting started on some issues, I'm sure Mark or me or James or anyone in the community will be able to help you get started.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, let's get down to the agenda. I think the biggest thing on our agenda today is the follow-up on the kubelet log directory issue that I think Maxim was working on. This is the PR in question. I think we need to push this through pretty quickly. So sorry, this is not the PR. This is the issue. This is the PR. I just commented today. I think I like Claudiu's approach. I did comment tagging the author of the PR, mentioning about the code trees, and hopefully they'll react to that. Any thoughts, folks?
Yeah, like it seems like there's a little bit of like start and stop on this. Do we want to have maybe ask Claudio to he has a PR open, right? Or working on it. Do we want something kind of in our back pocket in case
Does he have a PR open? Is it that old PR that we've been trying to get merged for a while?
I don't remember. I remember just looking at this. I'm just wondering do we what happens on Thursday if this still isn't merged? I didn't take a look at this week. Is Jordan in agreement with the approach?
Yes.
Also, okay. Because I know I saw he had some concerns.
Jordan is in agreement. Ryan liked it too from Signode. Oh, hey, Ryan's on the call.
Yeah, I'm here today. Ryan from Red Hat. I'm the node team lead. I think, yeah, this PR is pretty close. I was suggesting adding a function that's cross-platform there, but do you guys think, I'm not sure the history of this PR, if the main person that is running it is responsive, or if we should pick it up.
Yeah, I think that's what Mark was talking about too. So they have been responsive so far. So they are the person who introduced the option in the kubelet, and I think it's as part of that feature that this got broken. So they have been responsive so far, but it's Tuesday. We're getting really close. Is Claudio on the call?
I don't see Claudio.
Claudio's not on the call. Okay. I'm not sure which PR you're talking about, Mark. The PR I've seen of Claudio that we've been trying to merge.
That was for something else. Yeah, that was for the permissions, wasn't it?
I think he's, so it might be this. So he's picked up that PR. They've picked
Okay.
up, they've picked up that commit from that PR, I think.
Okay.
So I agree with Ryan that this PR is pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing now to do is basically, one of us takes it on and then just, gets it committed.
When was the last time Maxim responded? I know. I think we could probably give it another day or two. 4 days
4 days
ago.
ago.
But there's a weekend in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's the weekend, it's Monday, and it's only today that people responded.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, he's been responsive, or they've been responsive enough.
Yeah,
that
I think we should give them the benefit of the doubt and see if they can push this through.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ryan? Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I'll keep an eye on it and ask Mernal to look at it too, whenever it gets the next iteration on it.
Yeah, that's the other thing we should make sure that, is it only Mernal that needs approval? If that's the case, I'm not so worried, but if we need more, we need to ping more people, we should make sure. Who else do we need approval here?
Probably Jordan could do it if need be. He seems to be +1 on it generally.
Okay, yeah, if Jordan is +1, that really helps. I can never figure out where the owners is listed.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. So it's Kubelet and
The API, or yeah.
so we definitely need an approval from Jordan
Or Dims, but
or Dims.
Jordan, since
But
he-
Jordan is active on this PR, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming he'll, if you ask him for an approval, he's gonna give it to us. All right, so I think we are on track in some sense. We're gonna give Maxim a couple more days, or at least end of day tomorrow to react to this PR, and hopefully we can push it through. But I think we continue to be in agreement, right, Mark, that this is like it's a bad change for Windows. If someone upgrades to 130, for
yeah.
whatever reason, they don't have a kubelet config, it's just gonna break their node.
And I do think that we should hold and say that this is an RC2 blocker. I don't want to push it to saying, oh, it's going to be a release blocker and then not
Yeah,
have.
I'm with you on that. Yeah,
I'd rather hold it firm this time.
yeah, that makes sense. Any other thoughts on this topic, folks? If not, we can move to the next. All right, I see thumbs up from Ryan. Let's move on to the next one. Discuss tests that have been flaking for a long time. OIDC.
I think I added this one. So we've got into here. We discussed that a little bit in the meeting beforehand, but we have some of these tests that try to receive or retrieve an OIDC token, and they flake. And the initial issue has been open since like 3+ years, and we've tried a number of different things to try and mitigate it. It, for some reason, like we've seen it in CI, but we've never seen any customer report issues with this. And I think what's happening is there's some ports that are in use by either Windows or Azure, I'm not sure which one, and randomly some like Windows containers will get assigned that port, and we've done a number of different like changes to tell Windows to not allocate that port to a container. And like we've tried a bunch of things in here. We've set like I think like we've changed the dynamic, like the allocatable port ranges a couple of different ways, and just every once in a while this still is flaking, and the release, like the CI signal release lead from the 130 release 2 is even asking what the status of this was. So I kind of feel like this has been open long enough that we should try and do something about it. I don't know if we should. It's strange because like we've never seen a report of this issue from any like users or in the wild outside of this CI. So I don't know if we should just try and add a retry to this, which I hate doing, but we've tried to work with like the Windows networking team a number of times to figure out what the issue is, and I don't like nobody understands what's going on, unfortunately.
And I'm assuming, Mark, like Frank, sorry, who's that? Your networking folks have not been, they've not been
Mike- yeah,
able to
Mike-
point.
Mike Zappa, he responded a bunch before, and he's like, yeah, you should like try these things. And so we've made some updates to Image Builder to kind of set the port ranges that should be getting honored. And I know we've tried a couple of other things too, and it doesn't flake that often, but it's
And it's the same sort of flake with the port ranges?
yep.
Hmm.
So maybe we can. I know James was involved with this too, and he opened it, and I think he'll probably be back next week. So maybe we can just bump this to the next week's agenda. But I think it's time to do something.
I mean, yeah, I would suggest, what I would suggest is let's add the retry and see if it actually makes a difference.
Yeah,
There's no downside in trying to retry. But I'm with you. I'm not a huge fan of retries, but I'm okay if it's been flaking for so long and we've not had any customers reporting this issue, just try a retry and see. Well,
yeah.
does it actually, maybe it won't fix anything. Maybe we'll still see the flake.
That's also true.
Right, so. Any other thoughts on this, folks?
I can try to run this on CapV as well and see if I see a similar behavior.
Yeah, just try and run this single test for as many iterations as you can.
Okay, I'll post the results in the issue.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'd be helpful too.
Right, awesome. Thanks, I mean. Oh, it's demo time. Turning it over to you. I mean, do you need me to hand over sharing and stuff like that, or does it just work?
Yeah. It will take a while, maybe 10 minutes, because it creates the VMs and stuff, but I think we can do that. I just need share permission.
Right, you should. I've said multiple participants can share. I can stop sharing if that'll help.
Let me try. Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay, all good. All right. So, I have been a little obsessed about this project in the last few days. And the idea is something I have discussing with Matheus for a long time on how to bring this initial bootstrap of a lean software SIG Windows development toolkit. So going into the details of this right away, I have one version of Packer here that's like the image builder version, very clean. It doesn't have much. So I have the auto unattend XML. I have a bootstrap script that does the Ansible stuff, but it's like a bunch of very ugly shell script that needs some love. And I have the SS key that's get from my system and added inside this VM. Basically, the shell script just enable OpenSSL, install the key, and enable the containers and Hyper-V features. I have the machine build here. It takes like 8 minutes to do this entire process on my machine. So I have everything set up, and I have like this Packer output windows. That's a KMU image. That's like a 6 gigabytes of Windows images. Let's just see one thing here. I was doing some tests, so I'll get about your Windows. So when you run Packer, this will output this Packer output Windows image here. And I have this CLI that will do the magic for us to bring up this cluster here. The CLI is configured through samples, and we have a YAML file that you can use to configure. So you define like the Calico version, the control plane information, the workloads information. This is like, I end up creating something very similar to Cappy. Not sure if there is a way to skip that, but it's an ugly version of simplification of how to set up these pieces inside the system. To give us time, I just bring the Minikube cluster already running, but this start command will bring the Minikube as well for you. So I have Minikube disabled here. If you enable it, will bring the cluster. You do make start, it start via libvirtual Windows VM here. It will try to connect in the IP that this is running. I can list the pods that I have here. So at some point, this Windows VM will boot and this SS8 machine will connect. This can take a while because it will need to install, finish installing the services that was just enabled in the Packer installation.
So, I mean, are you using the Word IO drivers for the Packer image when you created?
Using what?
The Word IO drivers, the Para virtual device drivers for disk and network?
Correct, sorry. So you need to download the Virt IO ISO and the
Okay.
Windows ISO to bootstrap that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the machine is connected here. I have my key working. I can connect in the machine. Cool. All right, so now I have a Minikube control plane and I have a Windows virtual machine running. The work now is to make this Windows machine become a node in the Kubernetes cluster, right? So what we have here is a command called setup. And the setup will do this work for us. So setup will bring the containerd version that was installed here. It will SSH into the machine and ask if the containerd is installed or not. If this is not installed, it will run the install containerd passing the version that we set in the config YAML. This procedure can take a while since we are like downloading the binaries from the internet. So it checks, this is the script running, so the script checks the features of the Windows. It downloads, register the containerd service. So we have the containerd service running in the machine now. It goes and does the same for the kubelet. So checks the kubelet service, it does not exist. It prepares the node with the version that we passed. It downloads kubelet, kubeadm. And kubeproxy is running as a host process from the SIG Windows tools as well.
And the kubelet and containerd is basically picked up from the source URL you've provided.
Yeah, I think this script download this for us. So it downloads from DLKS Q8S.
Oh, okay. So what is the so you're showing us the config.yaml, right? And you're also mentioning containerd and kubelet there.
Correct. So the workloads section here is being used to bootstrap the Windows VM, and it will grab this part, these variables from this.
I
From
see.
this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the connection between workloads and provisioners.
You can forget that. This is like some other command that you have to copy things locally to the running node. So you can like run a version of containerd, do a make locally, and reuse this to copy over.
Yeah, that's very cool. I was hoping I was hoping you were going to give that answer. Because that'll let us do local development, right?
Yeah, that's the goal of the.
Yeah.
It started with this part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be a little bit fast. So now we have kubelet, it will install kubelet, but kubelet is stopped because the node is not joined, right? So what we need to do now is to join the node into the cluster. With this, we get the token using kubedm to create the token from the control plane. And we use this in the VM to join, to run kubedm and join in the VM. Lucky us, Lubomir is here to debug the kubedm on Windows. So we do start kubelet. Okay, the node has been joined. Now we have a node running. What we do in this 40 part without anything else, we just need to configure that and hope this work end to end. But we install Calico 327 with the operator. So everything at this point is running as a host process container. We have kubeproxy windows here booting strap. The operator has a few steps to be made, and one of them is to change this strict affinity equals true. But to change these parameters, we need the CRD being installed with the Calico API server. So I had to work with a few Go routines to make this in parallel, keep retrying this patch until the CRD exists. That should be a better way than like to only apply. We could like test if the CRD is already installed, but it is what it is right now. So the operator will do the following when the installation is done. Terminal here. So we have the nodes. We have the Windows node here not ready. We have the Minikube not ready. The operator will do the following. This can take a while because there is a reconciliation of the operator. So basically, we need like to have all the API server reconciled, the installation reconciled, and then the API server will do the change. At this point, we could apply the patch. So it's only a matter of the operator reconciling this back and starting to create the Windows agent. But at this point, everything is already installed and waiting for the final reconciliation of this. Okay, so the API server, the Calico API server is running. The operator will do another batch of the reconciliation. We'll detect that everything is correct. And we'll create for us the Calico agent on Windows. I think that the promise of eventually working on Kubernetes is true, right? We just need to be patient. Yeah, so basically at this point we have kubelet running, you have containerd running, everything's installed, and the node is working locally. If anything has any questions, any concerns, why we wait this to become ready, that will be soon.
This is really great. I mean, I think you finally just stopped waiting for other folks and just powered through this. So nice job.
Yeah, that was fun. I think libvirt's pretty cool, like the node's ready. So libvirt's pretty cool, like my takes on that. I think it has a good potential. The challenge is like getting this on Hyper-V as well, and like this two OS at least. But having this code inside a few pieces of Go and having these commands where we can just run and have a machine, a cluster running locally is a good start point, right?
Yeah, that's great work.
Yeah, that's it.
So this solves a big issue that we have, right? That we don't have an easy way to create a SIG Windows environment for Kubernetes, and that this basically solves it, from what I'm seeing on Linux at least.
Yeah, I think it's a good start point.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. I mean, this is really great. Any questions on the demo, folks?
Hello, not any questions, just good stuff on the demo. I think we had earlier done a previous demo about the same, but in Windows environment instead as well. So it would be good to maybe join hands to have this implemented for sure. Yeah. And for the Microsoft side, we dedicated to having this working. I have some PR out to just as an enhancement with the Minikube guys. I was there in the meeting yesterday and I told them to be keen on having this. So yeah, good stuff. Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like what Amin has done doesn't require any integration with Minikube. This is sort of just on this SWDT repo itself, which is kind of cool. But yeah, if we could get closer integration into Minikube, that's even better.
I steal most of the code base from Minikube to bootstrap the Windows VM. So the idea was to understand how Minikube works to do this integration. But I start with the CLI just to bring up the domain of Windows using the Minikube functions.
All right, if no further questions, we can bring the meeting to a close and we can catch up on the blocking issue on Slack. Thank you, folks. See you
Yeah,
all next
thanks.
week.
Wow.